The drumbeat of war echoes through history. It leaves a trail of devastation, marking its path with broken bodies and shattered dreams. Yet, within the human heart, a yearning persists. It is a yearning for peace. This desire transcends borders and cultures. It whispers on the wind and speaks in every language. Peace is not a naive dream. It is the possible future we must actively create. The path to peace is not paved with passivity. It demands our attention. It requires our effort. It calls upon each of us to become architects of a new reality, a reality where dialogue replaces discord, a reality where understanding bridges divides, a reality where compassion extinguishes the flames of hatred. 7 core values stand as pillars in our quest for lasting peace. These values are not mere ideals. They are the very foundations upon which a just and harmonious world can be built. They are life, equality, growth, quality of life, compassion, empathy, and a generalized love for humanity. Life, in all its precious forms, must be cherished and protected. Equality demands that every human being is treated with dignity and respect. Growth, both individual and collective, is essential for progress and fulfillment. Quality of life encompasses access to basic needs and the opportunity to thrive. Compassion compels us to alleviate the suffering of others. Empathy enables us to understand and share the feelings of our fellow human beings. Love, in its purest form, unites us in a bond of shared humanity. These 7 values, when embraced and enacted, have the power to transform our world. To dismantle the machinery of war, we must first understand its blueprints. We must examine the root causes that fuel conflict and perpetuate cycles of violence. At the heart of this darkness lie 3 interconnected poisons: fear, ignorance, and the illusion of separation. Fear, a primal instinct, distorts our perceptions and drives us towards self-preservation. It whispers of scarcity and danger, urging us to hoard resources and view others with suspicion. Ignorance, the absence of knowledge and understanding, breeds prejudice and distrust. It allows stereotypes to take root and thrives in the shadows of misinformation. The illusion of separation, perhaps the most insidious of the 3, deludes us into believing that we are somehow fundamentally different from others. It draws lines of division based on nationality, ethnicity, religion, or ideology. It blinds us to the interconnectedness of all beings. Fear is a powerful force. It can paralyze even the bravest hearts. When we allow fear to dictate our actions, we build walls instead of bridges. We see threats where there are none. We lash out at perceived enemies, perpetuating a cycle of violence that spirals out of control. Fear thrives on uncertainty. It festers in the absence of open communication and understanding. To overcome fear, we must cultivate courage. We must be willing to step outside of our comfort zones. We must engage in dialogue with those who are different from us. We must seek to understand their perspectives, even if we don't agree with them. Only through empathy and understanding can we begin to dismantle the walls of fear that divide us. Ignorance, the darkness that fuels conflict. Ignorance is not bliss. It is a dangerous breeding ground for prejudice, discrimination, and violence. When we remain ignorant of other cultures, beliefs, and ways of life, we become susceptible to fear and manipulation. We are easily swayed by stereotypes and propaganda. We lose sight of our shared humanity. Education is the antidote to ignorance. It is through education that we gain knowledge, develop critical thinking skills, and learn to appreciate diversity. Education empowers us to question assumptions, challenge biases, and engage in constructive dialogue. It is through education that we can begin to dismantle the structures of oppression and build a more just and equitable world. Let us commit ourselves to lifelong learning, to expanding our horizons, and to fostering a spirit of curiosity and understanding. The illusion of separation. Walls built on shifting sands. The illusion of separation is a powerful force. It tells us that we are separate from one another, that our differences are insurmountable. It fuels conflict by creating an us versus them mentality. It blinds us to the reality of our interconnectedness. The truth is, we are all interconnected. We are all part of the human family. Our lives are intertwined in countless ways. What affects one of us affects us all. When we harm another human being, we harm ourselves. When we contribute to the suffering of others, we contribute to our own suffering. To break free from the illusion of separation, we must cultivate compassion and empathy. We must recognize that every human being, regardless of their background, deserves to live with dignity and respect. We must begin to see ourselves in the other. Only then can we begin to heal the divisions that plague our world. Forgiveness, the bridge to reconciliation. The wounds of war run deep. They leave behind scars that can last for generations. Anger, resentment, and the desire for revenge can fester, poisoning the hearts of individuals and communities. Forgiveness is not about condoning past actions. It is about choosing to heal. It is about breaking free from the chains of anger and resentment. Reconciliation is the process of rebuilding trust and understanding after conflict. It is about acknowledging past harms and working together to create a better future. Reconciliation requires courage, compassion, and a willingness to listen to the experiences of others. It is a journey that requires patience and perseverance, but it is a journey that is essential for building lasting peace. Building a just world. Governance for the people. Equitable governance is not a luxury. It is a fundamental requirement for lasting peace. When people are denied basic rights and freedoms, when they are marginalized and oppressed, when their voices go unheard, the seeds of conflict are sown. To cultivate peace, we must cultivate justice. Justice demands that all people are treated fairly and equitably under the law. It requires that everyone has access to a fair and impartial justice system. Equity recognizes that not everyone starts from the same place. It seeks to level the playing field by addressing historical injustices and providing opportunities for all. Cooperation is essential for addressing global challenges such as poverty, inequality, and climate change. When nations work together in the spirit of cooperation, they can achieve far more than they ever could alone. The spiritual journey, cultivating inner peace for global harmony. Peace is not merely the absence of war, it is a state of being. It is a deep sense of well-being that arises from within. Spiritual evolution plays a vital role in our journey towards lasting peace. It is through spiritual practice that we cultivate the inner peace that is essential for outer peace. Meditation, prayer, mindfulness, and other spiritual practices help us to quiet the mind, connect with our inner wisdom, and develop qualities such as compassion, forgiveness, and loving kindness. When we cultivate these qualities within ourselves, we become agents of peace in the world. We radiate peace wherever we go. The journey towards inner peace is a personal one. It is a journey that requires commitment, discipline, and a willingness to look within. But it is a journey that is available to all of us. A vision of hope, embracing our shared destiny. Imagine a world without war, a world where differences are celebrated, not feared, a world where conflicts are resolved through dialogue and understanding, not violence. This is not a utopian dream. It is the future we can create together. The path to peace is clear. It requires us to embrace the 7 core values of social sustainability. It demands that we confront the root causes of war: fear, ignorance, and the illusion of separation. It calls upon us to practice forgiveness and reconciliation. It compels us to build just and equitable societies, and it invites us to embark on a journey of spiritual growth. The choice is ours. We can choose to perpetuate the cycle of violence and hatred, or we can choose to create a world of peace. Let us choose peace. Let us choose love. Let us choose to build a better future for ourselves and for generations to come. Don't miss out. Subscribe and follow the Urantia Outreach Mission channel today. Dive deep into a wealth of videos exploring the Urantia book, the teaching mission, the magisterial mission, and Christ Michael's time of correction. Join us on this spiritual journey. Your growth awaits.